Morning everyone, Robert and Michelle here, More to Life Outdoors. We are getting ready to go on a hike this morning and we are headed up to Alpine and Sawtooth Lakes in the Sawtooth Wilderness. So we thought we'd bring you guys along and show you this awesome scenery in the Sawtooth Mountains.
So right now we're in the extension parking lot because it's very busy up here.
There's a lot of people.
A lot of people up here already this morning. So we're gonna do the best we can to capture, and but just so you know, this is a busy trail, very popular trail.
Well, it's the most iconic trail in the Sawtooths, let's be honest. So anyways, let's get to it.
And remember, get outdoors and experience life. So we are now at the actual trailhead. Again, we had to park, I don't know, a couple hundred yards down the road, the overflow parking. Iron Creek Trailhead. And
these are brand new signs.
yeah, these are brand new because these did not survive the Wapiti fire, which this fire last year came through this area. But this is a map here. We're here, we're gonna go on here up to Alpine Lake and then up to Sawtooth Lake, and then if we're feeling energetic we may go to the first McGowan Lake. Michelle is disappointed because it says all mineral collecting is prohibited. So no rocks today, honey.
No collecting rocks for me today. Oh well, next time.
Trail 640 is what we're on right now. And like we had mentioned, this is a pretty heavily traveled route, so there'll be lots of people. But kind of beautiful in here. This little spot right here, other than some spot fires, doesn't look too bad. Again, I had mentioned the Wapiti fire came through this area last year. So here's a little more sign from the Wapiti fire last year. Doesn't seem to be as burned out as it was in the area we were at a couple weeks ago when we went up to Bridalveil Falls, which, to be honest with you, where we're at right now, we're just a little further west because this is McGowan Peak and we went kind of more to the west of that. Today's hike is going to take us, we believe anyways, a little more to the east of McGowan Peak. Well, we were climbing up for a little bit. Now we just kind of came downhill and we're along this creek here. And just look how crystal clear that water is. Beautiful little spot. And again, on this side, you can still see signs from the fire. Getting ready to actually enter the Sawtooth Wilderness. If you bring your dog, just remember, July 1st to Labor Day, dogs must be on a leash. And again, it's wilderness. It's a no drone zone. So we're at our first trail junction. First we came from Iron Creek. We're heading towards Sawtooth Lake. You go that way, it takes you to Marshall Lake. we are going this way to Sawtooth Lake. We're at another trail junction. This trail will actually take you over to Stanley Lake, which is where we were a couple weeks ago when we did the Bridal Falls. And of course, we're going that way to Sawtooth Lake. Nice little viewpoint right here. Earlier, I think I had called that McGowan Peak, and pretty sure now as we get further in here, I was mistaken. But on my map, it's not showing all the names of the peaks right here, right now. But across there is a nice little waterfall. So we've found the switchbacks, so we're starting to gain elevation now. But at least they're switchbacks. We're not climbing straight up the mountain.
Switchbacks, yeah.
So we found a whole bunch of alpine huckleberries. So of course, Michelle is going to pick some.
Of course I am. Huckleberries. Yum. And they're nice and ripe too. Oh my gosh. Yummy. They are so delicious and sweet. There is nothing like a mountain huckleberry. Sorry, I just got bit by a fly. Oh. Anyways, alpine huckleberries are delicious, and there's lots of them up here right now.
We believe up that way is Goat Lake, and those falls we saw earlier we think were Goat Falls. We'll double check on the map when we get back to camp. Kind of looking back down this valley. Started down there, well, a couple miles below here. That's where the trailhead started. But again, look at the peaks around here. Well, I guess I was wrong. I guess time flies when you're having fun. We're actually a little over 3 miles in, and it looks like we're only about a quarter mile, maybe a little over a quarter mile, probably less than a half mile to Alpine Lake, the first lake we're gonna go to. So stay tuned. All right, first creek crossing of the day. Yep, Michelle made it. She has her trekking poles. I'm always worried about rolling an ankle, so I have the right footwear and wool socks, darn tough socks as a matter of fact. So I'm going through the creek. And we made it. Yay! Well, after crossing the creek, I actually came into this little mountain meadow. And even though it's August, there's a lot of flowers up here still. So the creek we just crossed is down there. As we continued around, notice this beautiful viewpoint from here. Look all the way down across the Stanley Basin and to the other side. Over that way is going to be the Sawtooth Wilderness, way over there on the other side. Of course, right now we're in the Sawtooth Wilderness. But beautiful viewpoint from here. A lot of uphill now. So this last little bit, getting up to Alpine Lake, this is where a good chunk of our elevation gain is, but at least they're switchbacks. So we just came off the main trail. We're going to Sawtooth Lake, took this little spur trail, so we go down to Alpine Lake. And this is a nice little viewpoint off that trail. And from here it's a beautiful lake. We will go down to the lake itself to get more pictures. But beautiful lake. There's people down below us there. I can see a couple people. It actually looks like somebody might be fishing. But beautiful, beautiful lake up here. Welcome to Alpine Lake. So off the main trail, you take a little spur trail, drop down quite a bit. I don't know the exact elevation drop to get right down to the lake, but well worth it. Again, the views are pretty spectacular. And yes, that is a snowbank over there. All right, I've been hanging here at Alpine Lake. We took a little break, hydrated a little bit. Mileage wise to here,
It's about 4 miles.
About 4 miles. Our GPS shows a little more than that because, of course, you know, we take little detours to get pictures and things like that. But yeah, roughly about 4 miles to get up here. Most of your elevation gain, though, to get up here, at least to the junction, is about the last half mile or so. So keep that in mind.
But our next trek is about a mile up to Sawtooth Lake, and it's going to be a steep climb to get there.
Yeah, it's a few 100-foot gain in elevation from here to get up to Sawtooth Lake. Lots of uphill. At least there's been some switchbacks. But we got to get over the top of that to get to Sawtooth Lake. Still making our way to Sawtooth Lake. Got up here to another nice little vantage point. can see the Stanley Basin. And if you look closely over that way, you can actually see Stanley. But beautiful views. Just can't get enough of this view. There's another view of Stanley, Idaho. And then below us here again is still Alpine Lake. We're still making our way up to Sawtooth Lake. But it's kind of pretty. And you still got to go up and over that. As we get higher and higher, the views get more and more spectacular. From here, you can see where the Wapiti fire went through there. And again, Stanley way out there in the distance. What do you think so far?
Amazing. Like the views up here are amazing. So pretty up here. It's a little bit of a butt kicker to get up here, but man, the payoff is those views right there.
Definitely. Going across the top of the saddle now. And here is the first view of Sawtooth Lake. Well, I was mistaken. This is not Sawtooth Lake. This is actually a little lake. I don't know if it's got a name, but lake or pond. Before we get to Sawtooth Lake. And of course, we're gonna go down and still take some pictures. It looks very pretty. Very pretty little lake. I'd say it's a lake just because it looks actually kind of deep. Ponds. Find ponds up here too, but they're usually not that deep. This one actually looks like it's fairly deep. Gotta cross the creek here. Michelle's gonna try and go across the logs here. She made it. This creek here is the outflow from Sawtooth Lake, flowing down to that Liddler Lake. Alrighty, Sawtooth Lake. We're at the northern side of the lake. This is the outlet side. It actually splits. There's two. There's a small flow over that way heading out, and then another flow over here heading out. But the views are spectacular. We'll probably go around the lake a little more, get a little more views and pictures of the lake and the mountains here, because it is amazing. So now we're working our way around the east side of Sawtooth Lake, kind of making our way through a boulder field here. All right, everybody, the wind makes the audio too bad, I'll do a voiceover. But this is the iconic Sawtooth Lake in the Sawtooth Wilderness, Sawtooth National Rec Area, outside Stanley, Idaho. Well, everybody, made it to Sawtooth Lake. Been hanging out here a minute, taking pictures and just enjoying the view. Our mileage to here, 6.5 miles, but again, we do a lot of side treks to take pictures and stuff. Beautiful, about a little over 1,700 foot elevation gain from the trailhead to here. But beautiful lake. The wind is blowing, which actually feels good because it's kind of a warm day.
Yeah, it was supposed to be 79 today, so it was getting a little warm until we got up here on top and the wind was blowing.
Yep.
Feels good.
Feels good. Feels nice. But Sawtooth Lake, iconic lake of Sawtooth Wilderness, and it is beautiful. So we left our spot along the east side of Sawtooth Lake. Decided we were going to take the McGowan trail towards the McGowan Lakes. Got up here above Sawtooth Lake, just a pretty little view, but we got to go over that somehow to get to the lower McGowan Lake. Another view up above Sawtooth Lake, and actually through that little saddle right there, you can actually, from here, we can, at least with our eyes, we can see another little lake or pond beyond it. But definitely beautiful up here.
Oh my gosh, I just can't get over how amazing it is up here. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. And look at the wildflowers on the trail.
Yeah. We keep going up in elevation, and the view just keeps getting more and more spectacular. You probably even in the GoPro you can see that other little lake back there. But again, our trail is heading that way. So we've made it up to the saddle, getting ready to cross over that, and I have a feeling that's going to be an amazing view. But before we cross over the saddle, I wanted to show you this one more time from up here. It is just amazing. It's beautiful. Be able to make it up here and see all this. And then in the distance again is Stanley. And yeah, just more mountains, just beautiful. All right, going across the top of the saddle here. Have no idea what we're going to see, but I wanted you to see it with us. Looks like a view right there of one of the McGowan lakes. There's one there. Through the trees is another one. There's the first lake down there. Back across this way now, and then switch back in again. So we're at just above the first McGowan Lake. I kept calling this the lower lake, but now that we're here, I'm wondering if this is actually the upper lake. I'll have to double check elevations, but it's pretty rugged over this way. Beautiful little lake though. It actually looks like it could be fairly deep. But it looks like the outflow is that way, which would make me think this is the higher lake. But man, it's beautiful and rugged. I know I've said that a few times. We're leaving that first McGowan Lake, gonna start heading back. Roughly from the trailhead to actually get down to this lake, 8 miles, just shy of 8 miles. So pretty good trek. But we're gonna start making our way back towards the truck, and I'm sure we'll take more video. Maybe just not as much, but we'll definitely take some more video. But just remember, please like, comment, share, subscribe. Don't forget that notification bell so you can catch us in all our little adventures. So we made it back up to the saddle. In case anyone was curious, the elevation here of the saddle is about 8,690 foot. Is the elevation right here. But the only good thing from here is pretty much downhill.
All down.
Yay! But as we come over the saddle, figured I would share another look at Sawtooth Lake as we come across the top of the saddle here. Absolutely beautiful. Yep. Still making our way down from the saddle. Again, just above Sawtooth Lake. But this is our trail, just to give you an idea. But man, the color of that water is amazing. That's the trail we just came across. Definitely beautiful views though. Most definitely. Well, we're back above Alpine Lake. Still making our way down. We are exiting the wilderness. Hey, made it this far. Michelle's doing her Vanna White impression. We made it back to the trailhead. Alrighty, so Onyx Backcountry says we did 14.1 miles total. Total elevation gain was 2,034 feet. That's a good day.
Sure felt like it too.
Yeah, elevation was a butt kicker. But
Just a good hike. It was a beautiful hike. A little challenging, but the trail's pretty well maintained, so yeah, a little bouldery, a little rocky, a little steep, but other than that, beautiful hike.
Thanks for following us along on our adventure today. Very beautiful Sawtooth Lake. It's been on our list for a while to go to. Finally we're able to do it.
I mean, it is the most iconic trail in the Sawtooth Mountains. And it was, I mean, we said it was a busy trail. It was busy. We saw a lot of people, but it wasn't so busy that you didn't have your alone time either. So that was nice.
Yeah. But again, thanks for coming along. And as always, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And don't forget that notification bell. We have a lot more adventures coming your way.
And always remember to get outdoors and experience life. We'll see you guys on the next adventure.
See ya!